£30, £29.99 to be exact. How are the Realme Buds Q? Are they worth it or complete waste of time? And honestly, let me give you the quick answer and say, based on my time with them and the experience that I've had with them, I would actually say yes. But don't click off the video just yet. I still have some words on the good and not so good about the Buds Q. So in that case, let's talk about it. Firstly, let's start with the design, the packaging, and as obviously that is going to be the first impressions and the things you will have presented with the Buds Q when you first get them. Comes in a compact yellow box with some quick fire images and text messages of key features from things like the 20-hour total battery life, 10mm bass drivers, and also the 190 millisecond super low latency instant connection as well, lightweight design, and I guess designed by Jose Levy, and the support also for the Realme Link app, which we'll talk about later. Buds Q come in 3 colors: pebble white, black, and yellow. Inside you're greeted with the case, the buds, the charging cable, and you get a small manual and replacement tips, which are very so much more welcome. Now, speaking of the case, it's shaped very much like a very small bar of soap and it's pretty much as slippery as one for sure. The design of the buds themselves are an instant win for me personally, as for how my ears are shaped, I value the fit and the seal of an in-ear tip design style way more than what you will see from things like the first gen AirPods, which trust me, for the life of me, were a pain to wear and never fit well at all. First thing I do when I get any in-ear type design buds is change the tips to the bigger one, as they're always near enough every single time, fit me much better for much more sealed fit, meaning sound and bass response is even better than what you would get with the standard ones that come in there. Now, looking at the case, it's using a micro USB port, and I guess yes, for the price this shouldn't be an issue, but man, we've moved away from micro USB, so I can't give it a pass, man. I would love to see a USB Type-C on here personally, in my opinion. Now, the case itself is slippery ASF, and yes, although there's a small gap in there to ideally make it easier for you to open a decent amount of slip in there, man, I miss it most of the time. Honestly, I miss it, and sometimes trying to open it, it slips and then bang, it just drops and I've got all the buds missing. I would love to see a much more grippier texture design to the case to make it much more easier to open, because it's very slippery. Now, for the comfort, fit, and finish of the buds themselves, man, I have to say, for the money, and you know what, let's even take away the price and not looking at the money, they are legit. For £29.99, £30, they are legit when it comes to the fit and finish. Yes, I will still say ultimately the OnePlus Bull as well as Z are still the most comfortable buds I've used, but the Buds Q are seriously like 95% of the way there. And considering they're true to wireless earbuds as well, seriously, I love them. I really do. Why I say that is, the first time I got the buds, I used them for near enough 18km, 1 hour and 30 minutes continuous run over a long distance, and they fit like a glove. Didn't need to adjust them once at all, and I suffered no ear fatigue on the run. So strange, but maybe my ears were just designed with the Buds Q in mind, but my first impressions, experience, and continuously have been impressed with the comfort and the finish of it as well. Now, let's keep bearing in mind the price, £29.99, £30, and let's talk about the sound. And wow, again, the price, yeah? And also for the fact that they're truly wireless, you're going with the mindset that, this is where they're going to slack. Something has to give here and it's not going to be good. And shock face emoji, the sound and the bass are really good. I would definitely say for the music I listen to more, which is obviously around hip hop, R&B, house music, Afro beats, drill, etc., the sound signature is definitely tuned for that, no doubt. The max volume is nice and loud, but still with a decent clarity at the top end, as I always feel like when I'm listening to a max volume, especially when running, I don't need to actually turn them down and there's no distortion in my ears with them. I think overall, without being the best sound expert, this is probably this was the area where I was expecting the Buds Q to really drop the ball, but no, I was shocked. And it wasn't even the case that they dropped the ball when it came to the sound quality, in my personal opinion. That's it. Pairing the Buds Q is nice and pretty much straightforward. Once you open the case with the buds, assuming obviously there's a bit of charge in there, and take them out, you should be able to pick them up in the Bluetooth pairing menu and pretty much you're good to go. But if not, give it a charge. Press and hold the touchpads on both the buds while they're in the case for about 5 seconds or a bit more, and you should be good to go again if you actually close it and open it, and you should be able to quick connect and connect it through Bluetooth. Now, speaking of the touchpads, now we're getting onto it. I'm glad they're there, but it can be a bit of a hit and miss due to how small the area of touch is, which, you know what, it makes sense. I can forgive it a bit, but I thought let me state that. But I would, especially when you're running, change the default triple tap for skipping to the next track or the previous, either on the left or the right bud, to the touch, where you actually press and hold it for 2 seconds. Because for me, in my experience, that worked a lot better and a higher chance, especially when working out and running, where when you hold it for 2 seconds left or right, you can actually go forward a previous track, then the triple tap. Now, speaking of changing the settings, cue in the Realme Link app. I like this app, you know. It's easy for you to look at the simplicity of the app and think of it as, hey, I would love more features on there, more control like equalization and other features. But honestly, I think the simplicity works to the price point and what obviously the Buds Q are trying to offer here. Although you do need to log in and make a profile, which honestly takes a bit of a while at the start. After that, it's a nice touch for real, I must say. Sound quality from the mic seems to be okay. For all the people I spoke to on phone calls, they never complained about me not being able to sound clear, especially after asking them at the end of the call, you know, how did it sound? I'm using these new earbuds, and like, yeah, you sound as normal as you should do. Now, wrapping it up as we're getting closer to the end of it, having a listening time of around 4.5 hours with a recharge time of maximum around 2 hours seems to be correcting my findings, with, you know, the case allowing a total hours of 20 hours of listening with the battery. So should serve to be a good experience. And I wish, you know, there was a battery indicator in the software for the case, but hey, that's just something that I'm thinking of being there as well. In addition, IPX4 level of water resistance and sweat resistance make these so ideal for when I'm running, for me personally, in light splashes. Also, again, having Bluetooth 5.0 is great, but there isn't a quick way to switch between multiple devices like what I'm used to on my OnePlus Bullets Wireless Z. So yeah, I guess at this price point, that's not something that you expect, but hey, they're truly wireless as well. It's something I thought, let me just throw it in there as a matter of feedback, but it's not that much of a big deal, but I kind of do miss having that feature from what I had before. Like I answered at the beginning, yes, they are worth it. I would 100% recommend these. They've been one of the shock factors in a heartbeat for you to be able to get. £30 for these are honestly a steal. And honestly, I thought the OnePlus Bullets Wireless Z were good value at £50, which honestly they still are. Damn, like they still are. But I'll put it this way, ever since having these Buds Q over the past 2 weeks or so, I've not really touched my OnePlus Bullets Wireless Z once. Yeah, as always with reviews like this, there's always many things that you can go through, but these are my thoughts on the Buds Q. I really like them, and I just use them now. I pretty much use them and I have a great experience with them, and I would actually recommend them. So yeah, man, link in the description below if you want to purchase them, man. Small kickback, helps the channel. And let me know if you guys have picked up the Buds Q and what your thoughts on it. If you've had a good experience or anything similar to mine or different, let's have a conversation. And again, if you enjoy content like this, you know exactly what to do. Hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell so you're part of Team TLS, the Tech Lover Squad, so you don't miss any videos that are posted on the Lover of Tech channel. And again, I hope you guys are safe during this time. I will catch you in the next one. Peace.